In this video, we're going to solve the problem assignment 10, analysis and plot the sales data. So in last assignments, assignment 9, we actually has cleaned up all the sales data and prepared all sales details. So that's was saved in all sales details.csv. Now here we're going to read the CSV to the data frame, and then we're going to actually first let me print it out to the data frame, and you can take a look. And so that's basically all the column information, and then what's the data type. And if you read just a few lines of the data type, you're going to see all of the values, some of the values. And then let's answer the first question. What time should we display advertisement to maximize likelihood of customers buying product? So what it says is basically we want to find at which time of a day we have the highest buying time, right? Highest buying time. So to find that, we need to group the whole setting by hours, and then we can actually find the pairs and the data frame, and then we get the pair. So that will give us the hours. We can get the keys. So for the keys, we can actually find what is the time, what is the hour. So that's the time. Okay, so that's basically give us the time, and then you can now plot the keys, and then we're going to plot the hours, how many hours, the count of the hours. So that means the occurrences of those times the purchase happened, and then we actually will be able to print has X keys, X ticks as keys. So that basically means at what time of a day we have that many purchases. So that's the count. So that's basically answer the first question. You can also do the quality order. You can do the quality order. It's quantity. If you are thinking about this is the hourly, and if you just want to get the quantity, like how many they ordered, you can find that is about 11 o'clock. And here is actually it's about the same. So it's still the same, similar results, similar curve. And then the next question is what a city should post which city actually sold most products? In this question, we're going to actually we're going to have the whole development. So we need to find the data about the sales. So in this example, we're going to get the quantity and the price of each. We can actually add a sales. We can add a sales value to this data frame. So that will be the sales. Basically, you get the quantity and as type integer, and the price of each as a type of float. And then you can add this, multiply those two numbers. That will be your sales price. Once you get the sales, you group by the city because it's asking you which city. So you group by city, and then you can get the city as keys. And for the actual value, we're gonna get the summation of the sales. We're gonna get the summation of sales. So that way we can get the sales, we can get those values. So it will actually get us the San Francisco actually get the most sales. And so yeah. And the next question is, what products are most often sold together? So suppose we have the products. Here you can actually get get rid of the duplicates. So for any order ID, you are gonna get rid of the duplicate ID, and then that's our DF. So we're gonna get the which one sold most often together. So we grouped by the products. We're gonna group by the products, and then here we're gonna transform the X and join with the X. So that way we can have the DF data frame of grouped it, and so we get the second one. We're gonna prepare the second DF. That means is order ID grouped, and then we drop the duplicates. So once we have all those, then we are going to find which one are sold together. So in this DF2 grouped, we're gonna go every single row. We're gonna find the row lists, and then for the combinations of row lists, and then we count how many of those are, and then we're gonna find the most common 10 of the counts, and then eventually you're gonna find those together. So like a phone is often sold with the cable, and the Google phone is often sold with the charging cable, and so on. You find all of those, and then you can find the answer. So what products sold the most, and why do you think it sold most? So when we are doing this one, we are going to group by the products, and then we also will we're gonna find the summation of the quantity order, and that's the total number of the sales for each product, and then goes through this product group. You're gonna find what's the keys of the pair. So basically is the product's name, and then we can actually post it. We can print. We can plot the value. So you have the keys and you have the quantity ordered. Then you can plot all those products together, and you will find it's actually USB charging cable sold most. Why is that? Because simply is because it's cheaper, right? It's cheap and it's very often used. So you can plot that result. What's the reason why that is sold most? Because you can check what's the price, what's the unit price and the quantity. Find the relation between the price and the quantity. So to do that, you group the product and find the mean value of the price, and then you can plot one figure as fig 1. So axis 1 is actually has the figure for the prices, and the second one is going to be the quantity. So we're going to get the quantity ordered as the axis. So we have the quantity order already, and we have the prices. If you plot them together, you're going to see that the main difference is because the price. Now let's take a look at the data. The data still look like this, right? And now what is the correlation between the sales and the days, minutes, hours, quantity ordered, and price each and count? So to answer this question, we're going to put all of those, we're going to retrieve all those values as df2. Once we have df2, we can directly call the relation called the correlation of the cells. So we're going to find what's the correlation between cells and all of those, and that will be the correlation. Then you can simply plot the correlation with the columns. So it's going to generate a lot of, it's going to generate like one by one. So we have the cells, and that will be, we plot, that will be correlation for one of those. And then you can do correlation with the count. So, and that will be correlation, and then you get the count. Count has nothing to do with that. And you can actually make a loop, like a loop. You go through between cells with all the others, df, all of those. So starting from cells, and you skip the cells. You start with day, minutes, and you actually plot the relation between those two. So we can simply plot x was it's the axis, and then y will be the columns. You can print all of the values, and then you notice that the cells is kind of linearly correlated with the price each. You see, that's which makes sense, right? And the quants is it's also related. So in this way, you can directly see how much and how they actually correlated. And then cells with minutes, cells with the days. So that's how the data is supposed to be plotted. So that's the end of the solution.